So now we are on to our stretching routine. This is something that you can implement every single day, morning or night. Maybe you make it a habit at lunchtime. Wherever you can get it in during the day is going to be the best time. It's really just to get your joints moving, get the mobility into your arms and legs, and keep that core tight and strong. So to start up, we are going to start with first a little marching, okay? So if you're at work or if you're just getting up in the morning, maybe take some flights upstairs, go turn on the coffee, get your body moving, and that way you're not stretching with cold limbs, what I like to call it, cold turkey, because we don't want to overstretch these muscles. So they need to be able to get into that range without straining too much. So let's pretend that we just went for a nice little walk with our dog and now we came back and we're ready to stretch those muscles. So the first one, this is what I like to do with actually a lot of people who have rounded shoulders, sometimes cancer survivors who have had a mastectomy and have the restriction in their shoulder joints. We'll do this exercise to relieve that tension in there and bring those arms out. So if you want to try with me, first step, of course, get that spine nice and tall. Make sure that your hips are right under. You feel that. We get that breath out. Okay, we're in good position. This is always going to be our start, okay? Especially when we're on the ground. And you can do this sitting if you would like to, or you can bring your legs here. Bring them straight, whatever's comfortable to you. You can come up and sit on the side of a couch or a chair, whatever is comfortable, do. Okay, so it's comfortable to me. I'm going to bring crisscross applesauce in front of me, and now I'm going to get into a prayer position. Okay, shoulders are down, elbows are down. I'm going to extend the arms out to the side, keeping my bent elbows. And I'm going to press those elbows back as if I'm pointing them backwards and down. Now, go back to center. When you do this, each time, you want to take a deep breath in and out. Okay. In and out. Good. You might actually feel, and honestly I feel a little tension in my right shoulder more than my left. So I might actually take that one side and kind of get it into more circular motion because I feel a lot of tension in there. Okay, so it's really just testing your own limb here, testing that arm, seeing that range of motion. If I feel a tight spot, I'm going to kind of hold it a little bit more than the other. Good. And then I'm going to test the other side because we never want to go uneven. Make sure, oh, okay, this side is a little tighter than I thought too. Do it one side at a time. And that way you're getting the mobility for each arm because you know what? Just like every limb and every person, it's always going to be different. So getting that full range of motion, feeling the stretch, it should feel all in here and maybe into here. That's really our target area is the pectoralis major. And then put them bowls out and back. Okay. So if you want to get this into a routine, I'd say do 10 of these. Okay, I'm not going to go through all of them, but just so you know what it looks like. Okay, very good. All right, so now our upper body is ready to go. We're going to move down to the lower body and our hips in a plank position. Now, a lot of us have, unfortunately, a lot of us, I'm sad to say it, but joint problems, okay, arthritis, whatever it may be, maybe a past injury doesn't allow your hands to go into flexion as well. So, like Frank here, we're going to get into a nice little plank, and if you need to go modified, bring your arms up onto a couch like this, and I'm probably going to do this to just stay with modified. So I'm going to bring my arms up on the couch here. Okay. This is easy. If you need to go a little higher onto a table or something like that, that's going to be perfectly fine. The idea is to reach the leg forward and stretch. down into the hip flexor, down into the IT band, the TFL, the tension fascia latte, and press down. Okay, and back in. And then you're going to rotate to the other side. See how I'm bringing this hip down. Good. Arms can kind of bend into it, so you're not putting stress in your back. The tension and the stretch should be felt in your IT band. So when you're looking at my IT, it's going to be all in here with that leg going back. Okay, you're going to feel that stretch right there. If I were to take this down to the floor into a plank, so I'm holding that plank here, and then I'm able to bring my leg, because I'm nice and flexible, up and down. Bring that stretch. I can actually feel it all in here, and I can feel it on the opposite leg in the IT. Okay. And you want to hold the stretch from each side for a little while. Get it released a little bit. Feels good. And then you want to just keep on rotating. So once you get the stretch going, you're feeling a little looser. Go back and forth. And I call these deep runner's lunges because honestly, best stretch for when you're a runner. I can't say it enough. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Okay, good. If you feel like this is not part of my stretch routine, well, stretch exercise list, bring it back down into a child's pose so you can release those shoulders, especially when you're holding a plank. The plank will actually cause a lot of tension in your shoulders because of this positioning. Okay, and if you're like me, you have some hyperactive elbows, so release those shoulders by either elevating or afterwards going into child's pose. Good. Okay. Lastly, we have some very, very simple exercises. So those are two big exercises for the upper body. Okay, here, if you want to add a little side twist, get the torso in, or maybe a little lateral extension down and up. Okay, and then the second one, now Frankie's in my way, but the second one, just to review, getting into the hip flexor, back and forth. Good. That. Yep. And then the third one is you can sit back down either on your bum, or you can sit in a chair, or wherever's comfortable. Honestly, it's just going to be as simple as first rocking head. Now, when you are working with your head, you want it to be very, very gentle. Okay, these muscles are very fragile. Okay, they don't need to be stressed up and around anywhere, but they are very important because how are you going to see behind you if you can't turn your head? It saddens me when I am driving and, or riding in a car, to say the least, and poor older person can't look behind them to see cars coming, or can't even get their seatbelt because they're not flexible enough to turn or bring their arm up and bring it across their body. So it's these simple exercises that's going to increase that mobility to help you feel better and move better every day. So side to side of your head, you can kind of get into a little rock, go nice and slow, back and forth. Okay, each one about 10 times back. I'm not doing them all, just enough to show you what I'm doing. So back and forth, side to side, and then circle rock back and forth like this. Good. Okay. So the big three, that's the three. That's where I want you to start. We don't need to complicate it more than that. If any of those cause any tension or pain, obviously don't do it. Send me a message and say, yo, I can't do this exercise. Is there something else that I can try? Of course there is. There's so many exercises, and that's why in person is a lot easier, but when we're trading on video, it makes it a little harder for me to see you, but also for you to really feel and understand whether or not a feeling is good or not. So if there's ever any pain or discomfort, don't do the exercise. Reach out to me. or maybe get it into a different positioning, because some people, you just have to kind of fool around a little bit, go a little, move the shoulder a little bit differently so you don't get the pain. Maybe it's a little higher up here where you don't feel it, or maybe it's just low so you don't feel it like that. Okay, so there's adjustments that you can be made. If you have questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'd love to answer anything that you have concerns about. So reach out to me. Looking forward to it.